Welcome to the Sunshine State for the first ever USL Super League Florida Derby. It's the start of a rivalry between Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun FC. Today's match is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Hello everyone, alongside former Man United keeper Gary Bailey, I'm Maura Sheridan. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Let's take a look at the standings in USL Super Leagues. These standings presented by Delta Airlines.
You can see for the home side, Fort Lauderdale United, a win would take them right above Tampa Bay Sun into that 4th position. And for Tampa Bay Sun, a win for them would put them just a point behind Dallas Trinity and a chance of getting into that 3rd place soon. So besides all the emotion of the derby, there's also important points up for grabs here today.
Well, Fort Lauderdale, the home side tonight, looking for a bounce-back game after a 1-0 loss to Dallas last week.
Yeah, it came in the 87th minute, a 20-yard shot there from C.D. Strom. Gottschalk does well to make the save, but the quickest to react was Dallas Trinity, and that was the only goal of the game.
We're going to have to lean on the player to watch, presented by Baptist Health, Addie McCain.
6 goals already this season, and she really has been in great form in the 8 games. They'll be relying on her skill, her knowledge, her positioning, her finishing power, and not bad at penalties either.
Meanwhile, Tampa Bay coming off of a big win, first ever home victory over Lexington. 3-1 was the final.
Yeah, Cecile Flo Nielsen just brilliant here. Cuts back and then scores from that tight angle. Not the first time the keeper saves. She gets it on the 2nd attempt. And then Lexington able to score through Shepherd here, so it got a little bit tight at one stage. Then right towards the end, 85th minute, Flo Nielsen there just sits back, you know, and waits and picks her spot in that far corner, bends it in. And then Natasha Flint runs from her own half all the way and decides, you know what, I'm going to have a dip from 25 yards, 3-1. What a good win for Tampa Bay Sun.
Well, it's been a bit of a balanced attack for Tampa Bay this year with Flo Nielsen, Gimona, and Clark.
Yeah, mostly for Flo Nielsen. She's got two goals in 2 games each, so 2 braces, and Gimona's added to that, but I don't think we've seen the best of Flo Nielsen yet. She just looks like a signing that's going to keep on scoring goals for the Tampa Bay Sun.
Well, excited for this one. Lineups and first kick on the other side between the Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale United. The Florida Derby starts after this.
New flavors, the same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador, spiked bebidas.
Once the game kicks off, the hype doesn't matter anymore. Your follower count means nothing. Your resume is irrelevant. What matters is the moment, the game, the crest on the front of your jersey, the people you play for. Are you going to make history? Are you going to save the day? Are you going to score a hat trick, break some ankles, or give a kid the thrill of a lifetime? This is what the movement is all about. These moments that matter. The USL Super League.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Yeah, I said what I said. I don't care, I paint the town red.
If you can survive this, it's going to make the whole story that much better.
The bright horses are broken free from the fields.
Welcome back to Beyond Bankard Field at NSU in Fort Lauderdale, where Fort Lauderdale United FC hosts the Tampa Bay Sun. Alongside Gary Bailey, I'm Morris Sheridan. Let's take a look at the starting 11s for both sides. These presented by Beyond Bankard.
Yes, 4 changes to the Fort Lauderdale team that lost in Dallas. They've got new signing Heather Hinz in goals, and no McKenna Gottschalk at the moment. Cameron Brooks comes in and replaces Reese Klein, the youngster, going to the bench. Daria Raji's in, Kamani goes out, and Erica Gomez replaces Gianna Gawley, who also is on the bench. It's possibly a 4-2-3-1 shape. We'll see how they line up and what they choose to do, but a very good and exciting Fort Lauderdale United side.
And the Tampa Bay side, again coming off a victory, a 2-goal win over Lexington last week.
So no need to really change much, just the one change. Natasha Flint, after that excellent goal against Lexington in the last match, she replaces Erica Timrak, who drops down to the bench. Otherwise, it's the same side that beat Lexington 3-1 in a 4-3-3 shape. Flow possibly on that left-hand side with Flint and her direct play through the middle, and the wonderfully talented Nasello on the right-hand side.
Well, it started to rain in Fort Lauderdale, so not the best weather, but that's classic Sunshine State. So it fits this Florida Derby. These two teams were supposed to play in October, but because of the hurricanes, were unable to do so. So it's pushed back to November, and it should be a good matchup. That means a lot for both of these teams. Looking to pick up 3 points as Jordan Listro will lead the way as the captain for this Tampa Bay Sun side. Her team on the road wearing their gold kits. Meanwhile, for Fort Lauderdale in blue kits at home, Tyrone Mears, the head coach for Fort Lauderdale United. Listro, the 29-year-old, really anchors the way for this Tampa Bay group. Both of these teams have been on the road a lot this season, so for Fort Lauderdale, it means a lot to be at home. I'm sure Gomes is happy about it. It's going to be tough to see, Gary. What's it like to play in these types of conditions?
It's not great for a goalkeeper because the ball slips and slides and all sorts of problems for defenders, but it makes it exciting for the fans, those fans anyway who can keep themselves nice and dry.
All right, Gomes will start with possession. You can see all the fans have pushed back underneath for protection. Just about ready to kick off. Again, the first ever Florida Derby in USL Super League, a historic moment. And one of many rivalry games we'll see down the line, and we're underway. Cameron Brooks will work it around. Fort Lauderdale on the back line. New keeper Heather Hinz in net, on loan from the Houston Dash of the NWSL. McNeil, the left back, goes to work. Sabrina McNeil, this is her 3rd start with the group. Actually, it was signed because she played well in a preseason scrimmage against Fort Lauderdale, and so decided to sign her, did Tyrone Mears, a 41-year-old head coach. Blazing forward, looking for a cross just outside the box. Some contact there, but no call. Aderoy Monroy is our center official tonight. Gomes a little bruised up on that one.
I was going to say, I think there could be a few slip and slides and knocks in the course of this match with all this rain.
Kept in for Tampa Bay, up the flank. Towards the middle, now possessed. Let's take a look at the injury report presented by Baptist Health.
Yeah, a number of players missing for Fort Lauderdale. And Morshe and Jordan, the 2 of them injured, the other 4 not available. Not even sure if there is a goalkeeper on the bench for Fort Lauderdale. And so far, it only looks as if they have outfield players. You can see slipping and sliding going on there from Cameron Brooks, who's playing more in a left centre-back position.
Made it difficult to control on that one, so Stouty on the throw-in, and it slips through. Switching the point of attack here for Fort Lauderdale. Edmonds touches it ahead. Listro breaks free. Here's Kristen Edmonds. Flo Nielsen, again, coming off of a 2-goal performance in the last game against Lexington. She is definitely the X factor offensively for Tampa Bay. We actually see the 2 leading scorers in USL Super League in this game, although Flo Nielsen is tied with a bunch of players for second place with 4 goals this season. Addie McCain on the other side has 6 goals for Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, 2 of the top strikers in the league at the moment.
Looking for a cross on that left wing, slips through, and it's broken up by the defense for Fort Lauderdale and cleared out. Listro boxing out, and it's going to slam it off a defender.
It looks as if Shania Gordon's playing either as a deep right midfield or possibly a right back.
As we take a look at Tyrone Mears, head coach for Fort Lauderdale. This team is on a 3-game losing streak as of late. Losses to Dallas, Brooklyn, and Lexington. Free kick on the way for Tampa. This Edmonds as she steps back. Off the service. And the defense gets there, and Vaca for Fort Lauderdale. Now looking at counter. And they'll slow the pace with Shania Gordon, 27-year-old. Another player with a ton of experience abroad and in the United States. A good signing for Fort Lauderdale. Brooks in her 6th start this year.
Interesting, Tampa Bay Sun just sitting off here. I thought they might have tried a nice early high press, especially with these conditions. You can see once again Cameron Brooks having difficulty controlling the ball. But they're just standing off. Giamona and Flint just watching proceedings and waiting for Fort Lauderdale to come to them.
Yeah, Natasha Flint earns a start after a goal in the last game against Lexington. She scored 2 minutes in a stoppage time to really just put a cap on that wonderful performance for Tampa Bay. Everything's so tight right now in USL Super League, so 3 points could go a long way for both of these teams and really help them move up the standings. Gomes sprints too, and she really slides on that. It's a bit of a slip and slide there for Gomes. Quick throw in for Tampa Bay. As we take a look at our keys to the game presented by Emirates Bank.
Yeah, for Fort Lauderdale, it's step-by-step transition. Ali Rogers, when we spoke to her, the assistant coach, saying in the last match they rushed their transition and gave them an expected goal of only 0.17. That's really low. That's what they want to do. And for Tampa Bay, more quality in the final third. They had 68 final third entries against Lexington and had expected goal of under 1. So they're saying we're getting into great positions. We're just not producing that final bit of quality.
Tampa coached by Denise Schulte-Brown, previously the head coach of the USF women's soccer team. So a legendary college coach, makes her way to the professional ranks.
I think she was there for 16 years, and quite a few of the players from that group have joined her at Tampa Bay Sun. And she was saying when we chatted to her, it just allows her there we got the back of her watching there. She says, players understand what I want because they have 3 or 4 that have been with me for a number of years.
Oh, I think we need to get these coaches some umbrellas. They're going to be soaked after this game.
The players are going to be soaked, so my logic is why shouldn't the managers as well?
They should have to suffer as well. Just too far ahead for Tampa, looking to transition.
And I think besides the 3 points, and you mentioned how important it is and how they can jump up the table with it, that they both want to get their form turned around. You mentioned Fort Lauderdale, 3 straight losses. They have 5 home games coming up, including this. So if they get a win here, they get some momentum going at home, they get some more supporters who will turn out when the sun shines, hopefully. It's a great vibe there at Fort Lauderdale United. So a run of home games, they will fly up the table. And Tampa Bay have lost 2 of their last 3. So likewise, they're leaving that a bit late. They also want to get themselves points and turn things around and keep that win over Lexington, keep the positiveness going.
A dicey moment, but Cazole is cool, calm, and collected, the keeper for Tampa. Lauren Cazole. This is her 5th start. Gomes to Gordon. Off the reset. Smith makes a run. And it's going to be a goal kick for Cazal.
Cazal and the rest of the defenders for Tampa Bay have only conceded 8 goals this season, second best behind Carolina Ascent's 6. So not an easy team to score against, our Tampa Bay Sun.
Well, on the flip side, Fort Lauderdale really wants to get the offense going again. This is a team that took on Dallas. They were shut out and they had no shots on target in that last match, that 1-0 victory. It's not like they're bleeding goals. They just need to be more, to execute better in the final third. According to Ali Rogers, as an offside, pretty clear offside against Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, when chatting with Ali Rogers to that point, she said we have to do better. They expect a goal against Dallas Trinity, 0.17, against Brooklyn in the previous match, 0.14. Now, really, that's not really testing the other goalkeeper at all. So they need to improve that as much as they can.
On that left side, some momentum forward. And here comes a corner kick for Tampa Bay. Flo Nielsen creates on that one. These corners presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. We'll see if Tampa Bay can execute here and take the lead on the road early in this match. Middle of the box, and before that we have a foul.
It's a lofted corner, which just gives defenders too much time, I think, to get to the ball. The danger generally comes when you whip in those corners and it's hard to read and defenders can't get to it. So that one there, given lots of airtime, and in the end, referee's whistle because there's just too many bodies all going for the same ball.
Nacello looking for space. Flint whips it across. Unable to connect on that one in the 18. Saudi on the throw. 23-year-old. Their 8th start with Tampa Bay. Hendricks slices through. When we talked to Denise Schulte-Brown about this Tampa Bay side, she said that Brooke Hendricks is a real unsung hero on this roster, does a lot of good leadership off the pitch as well, has done a lot of work in hurricane relief for the players who have dealt with some after effects as well.
A good player on the pitch, good leader, as you mentioned. Team of the month in August and scored in the opening game against Dallas Trinity in that 1-1 draw.
Let's have a goal this year. Moore. Flint can't keep it in. That will be a throw-in for Brooks and Fort Lauderdale. It's hard in these games where the conditions aren't the best. It can get a little bit messy, and I think we're seeing that.
In particular in defense, which is why, as a rule, as a keeper, you don't take any risks, and even fullbacks there, you just want to boot the ball down the pitch as best you can.
Nacello, back post, collision. Nothing comes of it, and it's cleared out by Fort Lauderdale.
Hens doing really well with that punch.
Gomes off to the races now. She doesn't have numbers, might not matter. Erica Gomes is slowed by the defense there in Bassett. Gordon into the box, swerves, takes a shot, and it ricochets wide.
Good counter-attack move there by Fort Lauderdale United, and Shania Gordon's got that pace on that right-hand side that can really trouble defenses. It just shows you in this sort of weather, it can be quite sort of transactional. You can go from one end to the other very quickly. Good ball put in. Look at the goalkeeper under all sorts of pressure. Gets hit by Flo Nielsen, but the punch is enough to get the ball away. And then suddenly, down the other end, Gomes with a great run, and Shania Gordon just has her shot blocked.
Well, here comes a corner kick, a short option. Broken up by Tampa Bay, kept in the box. Gomes is denied. And that one soars out of play from Gordon.
That's positive from the home side. They want to, being at home, they want to please the crowd and be seen to be trying to win the game, and they're doing a good job of that early on. Unfortunately, just getting under that ball. I always think it's better if you keep it low, make the goalkeeper work, even if it's not the best of strikes. In these conditions, you never know if the keeper misjudges it or just pushes it out and back into play.
Flint, Listro. Off the swing now and just too far ahead of Saudi.
Again, that ball skipping off the turf, so you've got to recalibrate a little bit, especially when you put power behind a pass. It's going to fly off the wet surface.
Well, 11 goals for Tampa Bay as a team, 10 for Fort Lauderdale. But 6 of Fort Lauderdale's have been McCain. Nasello. Push back to that corner by McNeil.
And Nasello getting chosen for the Super League Team of the Month, USL Super League Team for October. And on the other side, Celia Gaynor got chosen as well. So one player from each of these teams both getting recognized for their good work.
Pile up again. Left-footed cross. And rising and diving for a header, just can't connect on that far side. It's a good opportunity for Flo Nielsen and company.
I mentioned her at the start. Besides those 2 braces she's got, Flo Nielsen, there's just moments when she seems like such a quality player there, such a threat. Nearly gets in on the end of that diving header.
More pressure from Tampa Bay, and they went out in the midfield more. Right back to Fort Lauderdale. Can they work quickly up the pitch? McCain for McNeil. Sprints 2, and she's offside.
McCain just dropping deep there and just pulling the strings of that attack. You see the amount of rain coming down. I don't think you can mess around at the back too much. We saw Fort Lauderdale a minute ago trying to play out and under huge pressure. And I think teams that do high press will get rewards here because it's very, very difficult conditions and very easy to make an error in defense.
Nasello. Flint. Edmonds on the far side. Serves it up. And it's missed there. Second chance. No, blocked by the defense for Fort Lauderdale. Gordon regroups for the home side. Got to be careful with some of these passes, as you can see Flint and company looming. Flo Nielsen as well. Back to Hins. Hasn't been a lot of training sessions with Heather Hins, and she's been thrown into the fire as a starting keeper for Fort Lauderdale.
Gottschalk playing in the last match and not available here today. And injuries as well. So as I say, we're not sure, but we're led to believe there is no backup keeper on the bench. And maybe one of the outfield players will have to don the gloves if anything happens to Heather Hins.
Lands for Edmonds. Listro. Surging Jordan Listro. Back and forth with Edmonds. Flo Nielsen. Quick passes here for the visitors. Nice cut in the box. Momentum, looking for a cross. A shot and a goal. Gimona. And Tampa Bay leads.
Not much that Heather Hins can do about that. Gimona all of 6-7 yards out there, thumps that into the back of the net, but a lovely ball played into the box, and then the cutback absolutely superb from this Tampa Bay Sun, who were excellent last time out and have continued the good work. There's the run down to the line, the pullback. What are you, 7-8 yards out, and a good finish from Gimona, but the ball in and the ball cut back, both absolutely top class.
Carly Gimona, that's her 3rd goal this season. And that's how you want to start a match on the road for Tampa Bay Sun FC. Now Fort Lauderdale looking for a response. As you see McCain on the ball. Raji. Disrupted. And Stouty races back to keep it in. Felicia Knox on the corner, Fort Lauderdale. On its way towards a back post, hits a crossbar actually.
I don't know if that got caught by the wind. I'm assuming with the rain, there must be a certain element of wind there. Doesn't seem, if you have a look at the corner flag on the far side, there's a little bit of a gust, but that one seemed to turn in midair and work its way through, and lucky to get away with that one there, Lauren Cazal. Just going back to that goal, just a wonderful pullback there from Nacello. We're talking about her being in the team of the month, the USL Super League team of the month for October. Sets that with the assist for that goal, and then the ball played in from Kristen Edmonds was a lovely ball as well. So beautiful play down the left-hand side by Tampa Bay Sun.
Nacello's been threatening from both sides. She's been floating between the right and the left here for Tampa Bay, and that time, like you said, a nice assist. And more pressure from Nacello. If she keeps playing like that, could be team of the month in November as well. Gordon plays it long, perhaps too long. Cazal. Hendricks. Now Edmonds. Bissett taps it forward. An aggressive play from Fort Lauderdale. Gomes is trying to pick a pocket. And it will be possession with the home side. 20 minutes into this game, we've seen 1 goal. McCain in a space. Dishes it off. Asks for it back. It's Gomes instead. And Tampa Bay all over it. Still in the final third, though, for Fort Lauderdale. McNeil slicing through, creates some space. Addie McCain. Knox. McCain wide off her right foot. Gomes, top of the box, shoots, and she's blocked.
Good pressure coming from the home side. Again, just looking for that little bit of quality in that final third, someone just to unlock the door. And they struggle, as we mentioned, their expected goals last 2 games has been extremely low. So good build-up play, but you've got to get something out of it. When you get yourself to the edge of the box, there's got to be some quality finish, a shot on target, a through ball, something that gives you a chance of hitting the back of the net.
Now this team last in shots, Fort Lauderdale. 75 going into this game. Brooks. Raji. Gaynor. Played every minute Gaynor in October for Fort Lauderdale. Gomes off the spin to McCain. Looking to find a teammate. And it ricocheted off a couple players for Tampa. Another offside call. Seen a handful of them for Fort Lauderdale.
Got to be careful of that generally. I mean, every once in a while as a striker, you're going to get caught, but it can't really be allowed to happen too often. because you lose momentum, you lose possession, obviously. You've got all the players up in good positions, and then they've all got to go back into a more defensive position. So just got to keep an eye down that line and make sure they stay on side as much as they possibly can.
McCain. Nice ball ahead, read by the defense in Hendricks. Headed down to McNeil. Looks to center now. Gets a screen there from McCain. Lifted to McCain. Races to it. Bumps that off the defense and earns her team a corner.
Okay, another set piece, another chance to get the taller players into the box and maybe get a flick on at the near post. When you're the home side, the onus is on you to try and break through. Obviously, both sides want to win, but the home side, just that extra incentive to try and get back on level terms and give the crowd something to shout about and keep themselves nice and warm.
Off the corner for Fort Lauderdale, it's an outswinger. Skims off a couple heads. McCain, and did it go off of Tampa Bay? Monroy, our official, says no. McCain, the captain for Fort Lauderdale United in year one as a club.
It's a club that's going places as well, getting a good support behind them. We've got a wonderful new 7-figure sponsor, Beyond Bank Card. And with that, you can only expect them to improve. And what they need is a good run of results at home, starting, I would presume, here today, and with 4 more still to come back-to-back at home. It's just a wonderful chance to get fantastic momentum going.
Gimona, the goal scorer, nearly muscled away, but she powers through. It takes Brooks to help out before she finally loses the ball. Edmonds. And the Florida Derby right now. Tampa Bay with the advantage. Nacello turns on the Jets. A bit of a light pass, ends up with Brooks. At this Florida Derby, it's got a lot of history. It originated in terms of contests on the men's side with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. As a big collision and 2 players down. It's Moore and Gomes in some pain.
Jade Moore is a seasoned professional, 34 years of age, and you can see they both land quite heavily. England international, 49 caps as an England international. So she's used to the bumps and bruises of the games, but that one they both landed heavily and probably knocked a bit of wind out of them. But since Jade Moore's arrived, you get the sense that Tampa Bay have been a bit more solid in midfield.
Good to see Moore up, and training staff is out to look at her. I'm surprised you didn't mention that she played for Manchester United. I thought you would slip that one in there.
She did, 9 games, 2 goals. Also for Atletico Madrid, so she's traveled a bit. Orlando Pride, a couple of appearances there as well. And Birmingham, in the middle of England, between Manchester and London.
Now Gimona scored in the 17th minute for Tampa Bay. 3 goals this season. Lovely assists from Nacello as well. Now Tampa Bay, an opportunity to talk things over. Shilty Brown, Kristen Edmonds, very animated in this conversation. What a luxury it is to have somebody with the experience of Kristen Edmonds on this roster.
Absolutely. Amazing professional, 37 years of age and still doing well. But Nacello with that assist. In fact, Denise Shilty Brown saying that she reckons she's the best winger in the league, and couldn't argue against that, the way this is set up. Kristen Edmonds here with the ball in, and then straight away, awareness, head up, beats the defender and pulls it back. So it's not just the pass, it's getting past the defender and then pulling it back. And from there, solid finish from Gimona. Puts a lot of power behind it. It gives Heather Hinds on debut no chance whatsoever.
Well, the XG right now, it's 0.54 for Tampa Bay and 0.20 for Fort Lauderdale. seen no shots on target for Fort Lauderdale United. But a lot can change. There's a lot of game to be played. And it's just a 1-goal lead for Tampa Bay. Originally, they were supposed to play this game in Tampa as well.
And that was on October the 12th, and obviously that was around about the time of the hurricane, so understandably, the match postponed. But it is a feature that I'm sure all USL Super League fans will look forward to over the years to come. And it won't be the only one, but it's one of the biggest ones, and just hope to get a really good game today, exciting game, something to set this derby up for the futures.
Well, Fort Lauderdale want 3 points here because they have a break as well. Their next game is not until November 23rd, so they won't play next weekend.
Then they have DC Power, Dallas, Spokane, and Carolina all at home. And they want to make this a fortress starting here today.
This is only game number 3 at home for Fort Lauderdale. Gomes fouled by Moore. Good to see Moore back on the pitch. McCain. Brooks. Vaca. The rain has let up, but it doesn't mean that the field is less wet.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of water gathered on that field, and it does affect the way the ball moves a little bit. It can move a lot quicker than you expect as it bounces.
One thing about South Florida is they're prepared for rain, so I'm sure it will drain quickly. And
well, Jade Moore and Natasha Flint are from England. They'll be very used to the rain.
McCain has some space off a cross, trouble handling, and it's blocked. Cazal gets there. That was a gift for Fort Lauderdale and could not convert.
Good save from the goalkeeper. Got out very quickly there to block that shot.
Wide with it. Yeah, it was Taylor Smith, the 16-year-old, trouble handling. On the wing. Looking for a service. Instead, it's a bouncer. Cazal.
There's some stats for you. The shots, but here's that chance there. Eddie McCain doing so well, squares it up. And Taylor Smith just got it caught under her feet a little bit, just couldn't get it out. But still, nonetheless, the goalkeeper, Lauren Cazal, so quick to close that gap and block that shot.
Well, Fort Lauderdale has a couple of young players on their roster, local talent as well. Taylor Smith is a Fort Lauderdale native, and she played for the Sharks varsity team at NSU University School. And in 3 years, she had 54 goals and 62 assists.
Wow, that's impressive. Another good youngster they have is Reese Klein, called up to the US U17 training camp in October. Only one of 4 Super League call-ups. So well done, the Super League. 4 youngsters getting into the squad of 24 for the women's U17 training camp.
It's a real test for these young players to go up against someone like Vivian Bissett. Really talented defenders. You take a look at her getting stepped on there. Looks like she's all right. Bissett is a player that has international experience as well. U20 World Cup with Canada in 2023. That World Cup took place in Costa Rica.
He started every game here for Tampa Bay Sun, so just a regular, dependable player.
3 clean sheets for Tampa Bay Sun this year. They've conceded just 8 goals. That's the second best mark in USL Super League. Hins plays it out from the back.
You have to look at the Tampa Bay Sun side and say, when you can bring in internationals such as Jade Moore and Natasha Flint, Tasha Flint had played England Youth, and you can bring in Flo Nielsen. And these are quality players and a good goalkeeper. It makes them a very difficult team to beat, obviously. Yet in the experience of Kristen Edmonds, you mentioned the centre-back pairing, Brooke Hendricks and Viv Bassett, and the talents of Sydney Nasello. It's a very, very powerful team that Denise Schultz-Brown has got.
Need to deal with McCain and McNeil. And a great job on the ground. It's Stouty who fights for it and tackles it away.
Good attack, good pressure from the home side. In these conditions, it just takes a mistimed tackle for a penalty or something like it. If you keep putting pressure on, there's always the chance that you get some decision going your way, or maybe just a deflected shot, whatever.
Another corner for Fort Lauderdale, near post, making a run. Nothing much. It's cleared out by Tampa Bay. Vaca. Lofted in the box. McCain makes a run. Cazole leaps on it.
Cazole was just wondering whether McCain was going to get to the ball first. That's why she had to dive in the end. She was sort of caught in the middle. Do I wait to see if McCain gets a header? And then when she didn't, then she had to scamper across and make the save. Good goalkeeping so far from Lauren Cazole.
Gimona rising for it, but it's Brooks instead. And she slams into Listro and gets the call. Well, Listro a little out of position here.
Looks like they're going to launch this one right into the box. Not a bad thing to do, because on wet days like this for a goalkeeper, you can't really come and catch that easily. You've got to punch. So it's not a bad idea to stick it right into the box, penalty spot.
Tampa Bay getting organized. We have a whistle before. We'll do it again. Only problem is now Tampa's kind of seen what you're about to do, so for Lauderdale. It's Brooks off her left foot. Bends that one up. Cazole's there. It's a bit short. Gimona disrupted, and it's cleared out.
It wasn't really Cazole's ball, and on top of that, it died as it got to the edge of the box, so the keeper had to scamper back, got back just in time.
Roughly 10 minutes to go in this first half. Gimona scored in the 17th minute. That's a difference so far. Nasello with the assist. That her second assist of the season. She played for Schultz-Brown at USF, one of those players you were mentioning before. This 24-year-old.
Scored a very good goal against Brooklyn when they lost 2-1, cut inside on her left foot and buried it inside the box. Excellent finish. Not only does she create the assists, every once in a while she pops up with a goal of her own.
Here's Nasello. Underlapping run, Gimona, that's the combination that scored. Charges forward. Flint. Dribbles that one right into the defense. McNeil. Nasello. Strong defensive work, but McCain has some time to think. She surveys and uses Gordon on the weak side. Gordon 1v1. Nearly tackled away. Given to Smith. Serves it up. Headed down. Knox. Played her college soccer at Alabama. Gaynor. Gordon. Poked out by Tampa Bay. Uses Smith. Slice across now to Brooks. McNeil trying to turn a corner and go. Saudi denies. 2 defenders swarm. And somehow McNeil gets through. Back post looking for a header. Just a little bit off. Gomes rising for it. That would have been picture perfect for Fort Lauderdale.
Some good play there from McNeil, Sabrina McNeil. Spent some of her time in Cyprus, a recent signing. This is only her 3rd appearance. Played in Cyprus for a while. And she was playing for a local team when she faced up against Shania Gordon and did really well, and they came and signed her up on trial.
Yeah, the USLW team, Miami AC, that's who she was playing for. Just a preseason game. And you love to hear stories like that of players getting a bigger opportunity just based on performance. Brooks. McCain has some time, shoots, and she's high and wide.
Of all the players you wanted to fall to if you're Fort Lauderdale, you would say Addie McCain. Somehow she just took a while sort of settling on the ball. I thought there was a chance of an immediate strike. She tried to open up a little bit of an angle, and in the end, just couldn't get a decent enough shot away, but she's the sort of person who, given more of those opportunities, you fancy she could score. Such a talented player, and 6 goals in 8 matches proves that she knows where the back of the net is.
Yeah, McCain had a hat trick this year against Lexington. Hins, shuffles. I think McCain has gotten on the ball more as this game has gone on. At the beginning, wasn't really saying her name much. And Fort Lauderdale still searching for the equalizer. Just a couple minutes to go in this first half. Beyond Bankard Field at NSU in Fort Lauderdale. And all the fans just watching from a sheltered area.
It's an exciting time for these fans to have a franchise like this really close by in Fort Lauderdale, to have the quality of players and coaching staff that they have, and now to have a wonderful sponsor on board. You really do feel that there could be some fantastic times ahead. And they were just saying when we chatted to assistant coach Ali Rogers how exciting it is to be in this area with Lionel Messi down the road on the men's side of the game. She said everyone's super excited because this is a soccer hotbed at the moment, Fort Lauderdale.
And Tyrone Mears, a big hire too, a very experienced player himself, but in the Premier League, won an MLS Cup with Seattle in 2016, and most recently coached the Inter Miami Academy squad. And he makes a move over to the women's game. The first ever Florida Derby and the first ever year of USL Super League. So it really is just a year of first here in 2024, 2025. Expanding opportunities for women's soccer in the United States. Flint says it went off of Fort Lauderdale. It did not. It'll be a throw for Brooks. Edmonds. Tizol. From the keeper, Brooks again through the air. Tackle from McCain, pays off. Gomes. Into the box, shot, and Cazole stops.
Yeah, straightforward shot at the goalkeeper, but certainly Fort Lauderdale have threatened around the edges of the box. They've had shots, they've had little half chances, but it's that turning. It's what we spoke about at the beginning. It's that turning those those opportunities into real tests for the goalkeeper. And Lauren Cazal's been up to everything they've thrown at her so far.
Nasello. Moore, if she can get there, no. Edmonds. Gets tripped up a little bit, but it still stays with Tampa Bay. Hins. Off the hop.
Just looking at goals scored for Fort Lauderdale, just 3 in the last 4 matches. You need to be scoring a few more than that. You need to get a couple of games where scoring numerous goals. Before that, they had a really good run, which actually resulted in Tyrone Mears getting the Coach of the Month award. And that was for October, the wins mostly coming in the September run. But just recently, they've lost that ability to find the back of the net.
McNeil nearly had something to say about that, but muscled away by Bassett. McCain, McNeil, into the box on the left side. Cuts it back, Gomes trying to create space, and she can't fire. It's a soft shot.
Stuck in her feet, wasn't it? She was trying to get some leverage, some swing back and put some power behind it, but she couldn't do it, unfortunately, for Fort Lauderdale.
Confusion, but Listro being told to back up a little by Monroy, our center official. Stouty. Just aggressive there defensively. Well, Tampa Bay's up, but I wouldn't say this has been a dominant performance. Fort Lauderdale certainly could work their way back into this game.
Oh, absolutely. They've had loads of good opportunities around the fringes. They just haven't turned them into something solid yet. But if you're Tampa Bay, you've got to be happy. 1-0 up away from home. It's up to Fort Lauderdale to try and break you down. So, and always on the counter-attack, you've got the likes of Sydney Nasello and the strength of Natasha Flint and the finishing ability of Cecile Flo Nielsen. So you've got to fancy your chances to get a second. You know, if you can get some ball forward. For Fort Lauderdale, they've got it all to do. They've got to find a way to get something decent on target.
Brooks into the box on a set piece. Touched a couple players, but ultimately out. 3 minutes of stoppage time.
I think as a coach, though, if you're Tyrone Mears and you're chatting to Ali Rogers, you're not upset in the sense that you're creating chances or you're creating possession in and around the opponent's box. So, you know, if you don't do that, then you start panicking as a coach. So at least that part of it's working. Now it's, can Erica Gomez, for example, just get a lucky moment and get something away? Addie McCain, we know she can score. It's getting those two players in particular on the end of some good service. Shania Gordon getting her down that right flank more often. And certainly Sabrina McNeil's been very useful down the left. So it looks good. You're just one step, one good moment away from getting back on level terms.
Hendricks getting looked at. Like some contact to her neck. And obviously with any sort of contact to the head, they want to be cautious, training staff. Hendricks is going to have to step off. Kazal on the kick now. McNeil. Gimona. There's Gimona again. And before that, player down. And a foul against Fort Lauderdale.
Flo Nielsen taking the knock there. She was trying to shield the ball, and in the process, wins her team a free kick. They haven't been pushing forward too much since the goal, Tampa Bay. They've been mostly in a defensive pose, dealing fairly comfortably with the Fort Lauderdale United pressure. Now they have a chance to try and create something for themselves.
Trying to add some cushion before the break. Jade Moore. Off her right foot. Through the air, lands for Flynn. She shoots, and it's saved by Hins. Natasha Flint with a good look, but Heather Hins says no.
Good save from Heather Hins. That was hit with some power by Natasha Flint. Vital save.
Nicello just swerving through, cuts it back again this time. It's read by Gomes. Now they want to counter Fort Lauderdale. Gordon's calling for it ahead. Trying to go there, but instead it's Listro.
See, that's the difference between the two teams for me, is when Tampa Bay get opportunities, they get something at the end of it. A shot from Natasha Flynn forces a very, very good save out of Heather Hins. For all the control that Fort Lauderdale have had, they just haven't got that final thing that has truly tested Lauren Cozell. But they're so close. They're getting so close to getting that breakthrough. You've got to hope for Fort Lauderdale United fans that something will happen for them in the second half. They've certainly put enough effort in. It's just that last touch that Ellie Rogers talked about, that little bit of quality in that final third.
Nicello, not done yet. Doesn't have help. Nearing the end of this first half. Maybe time for a final push. For Lauderdale trying to get on the board. Stouty knocks it out. There's a whistle to end the first half. Let's take a look at this final save from Heather Hins.
Comes to Natasha Flint, and she puts some strength behind that from 6 yards out. Heather Hins so quick with that reaction save. Here you see it from a different angle. You see it almost from what similar to what the goalkeeper would see it, from looking at Natasha Flint, and excellent save.
Well, we are joined by Carly Gimona, who has the lone goal in this one. Carly, it was a great ball from Nicello. What did you see on that goal?
Yeah, I think it was just a really good build-up play from us, and we were able to get the ball to Nicello, and she beat her player, and then I was open for the cutback. So I think it was just all around a really good team goal.
And Carly, in terms of defending, you've been pushed back at times, but your defense has dealt with it well, as we're just watching your goal once again, and great finish from your side. But what do you have to do second half to make sure that you leave with all 3 points?
Yeah, I think it's just about keeping the intensity up and making sure we're doing everything we need to do on both sides of the ball. So offensively and defensively, just keeping our intensity up and finishing the opportunities that come.
Thanks, Carly. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Carly Gimona, the lone goal scorer in this one. Tampa Bay Sun up 1-0 on Fort Lauderdale United in the Florida Derby. We'll take a break. Halftime report on the other side here in USL Super League.
So with Omega XL Sport, I've been able to push my limits each and every day. That's everything to me.
Omega XL Sport, the natural, extra-strength, NSF-certified sports supplement that has been shown in clinical research to accelerate post-workout muscle recovery, support respiratory function, and increase range of motion by up to 300%. Scan the code now and improve your fitness journey.
Omega XL Sport, perform, excel, and recover.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
So with Omega XL Sport, I've been able to push my limits each and every day. That's everything to me.
Omega XL Sport, the natural, extra-strength, NSF-certified sports supplement that has been shown in clinical research to accelerate post-workout muscle recovery, support respiratory function, and increase range of motion by up to 300%. Scan the code now and improve your fitness journey.
Omega XL Sport, perform, excel, and recover.
Once the game kicks off, the hype doesn't matter anymore. Your follower count means nothing. Your resume is irrelevant.
Welcome back to Fort Lauderdale. It's time for the halftime report presented by Amaranth Bay. 1-0 the score. Tampa Bay Sun FC up on Fort Lauderdale United in the Florida Derby. It's not the only game going on around USL Super League, and it's always interesting in this brand new league for women's soccer. So let's take a look at the news and notes. Well, a dream debut for Allie Flanagan, the 17-year-old USL Academy signing. A brace for DC in the first ever home win too. Brooklyn returns to its winning ways on a 3-match win streak, and then Carolina remains the only undefeated team of the 2024-2025 season so far.
And by the way, those 2 goals from Allie Flanagan, they were good goals. This is some talent, this kid, so wishing her well. And we spoke to her after the match, and she spoke so confidently. So I think you could be looking at a future star there in Allie Flanagan.
Let's take a look at the scores too around USL Super League. It's always competitive, and this from yesterday, Lexington and Dallas in a high-scoring affair, 3-2 the final. Dallas coming up with a victory, and then a scoreless draw between Carolina and Spokane.
Dallas going up to that 3rd position or holding on to it, but they're beginning to close in on Brooklyn and Carolina Ascent. They're held, but they still top the table 1 point ahead of Brooklyn FC.
And it's hard to keep track of the table. Everything's shifting all around here in USL Super League. We'll take a break, and we'll come back in highlights from this one, the Florida Derby, Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun. Like I said, take a break, come back after this.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
So with Omega XL Sport, I've been able to push my limits each and every day. That's everything to me.
Omega XL Sport, the natural, extra-strength, NSF-certified sports supplement that has been shown in clinical research to accelerate post-workout muscle recovery, support respiratory function, and increase range of motion by up to 300%. Scan the code now and improve your fitness journey.
Omega XL Sport, perform, excel, and recover.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
Once the game kicks off, the hype doesn't matter anymore. Your follower count means nothing. Your resume is irrelevant. What matters is the moment, the game, the crest on the front of your jersey, the people you play for. Are you going to make history? Are you going to save the day? Are you going to score a hat trick, break some ankles, or give a kid the thrill of a lifetime? This is what the movement is all about. These moments that matter. The USL Super League.
Welcome back to the Amerant Bank halftime report. 1-0 the score. Tampa Bay up on Fort Lauderdale after 45 minutes of play. Let's take a look at the highlights presented by Blue Water Books and Shards. It's a rainy day in Fort Lauderdale, and it meant the conditions were difficult. Didn't stop Tampa Bay from getting on the board first.
It's a very, very well constructed goal. Finished off superbly by Jamona, but give Nacello credit here for beating the defender and pulling it back. And the initial pass coming from Kristen Edmonds was top quality from the left back.
And just a couple minutes later, an opportunity for Fort Lauderdale off a corner.
Yeah, weird one. It seemed to get caught in the wind a little bit, and you can see that Cozell sort of gets caught slightly out of position. Lucky to get away with that one.
I thought Fort Lauderdale would grow into this game. Here's Addie McKay, the leading scorer.
Addie McKay just knocks it across to young Taylor Smith, who can't get it out of her feet. And give the goalkeeper credit. Look how quickly she closes that down and blocks the shot.
And it's just deep into stoppage time for Tampa Bay. A great opportunity.
Oh, Natasha Flynn's going to hit this one from 6 yards. What a save from Heather Hinz here. Just keeps Fort Lauderdale United in the match. That is a top-class save.
Like you said, keeping this team in the match as we take a look at the stats presented by Beyond Bankcard. Fort Lauderdale with more shots, but pretty even in terms of shots on target in this one.
Yet in terms of expected goals, it's 0.53 for the home side, 0.63 for Tampa Bay Sun. Lots more opportunities for Fort Lauderdale, but the better ones, in my opinion, coming to Tampa Bay Sun. But still, all set up for a great second half.
We'll take a break. After the break, get ready for the second half between the Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale United. The Florida Derby continues after this.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
So with Omega XL Sport, I've been able to push my limits each and every day. That's everything to me.
Omega XL Sport, the natural, extra-strength, NSF-certified sports supplement that has been shown in clinical research to accelerate post-workout muscle recovery, support respiratory function, and increase range of motion by up to 300%. Scan the code now and improve your fitness journey.
Omega XL Sport, perform, excel, and recover.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Once the game kicks off, the hype doesn't matter anymore. Your follower count means nothing. Your resume is irrelevant. What matters is the moment, the game, the crest on the front of your jersey, the people you play for. Are you going to make history? Are you going to save the day? Are you going to score a hat trick, break some ankles, or give a kid the thrill of a lifetime? This is what the movement is all about. These moments that matter.
Well, a rainy night in Fort Lauderdale, but it's still the Florida Derby between Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale United. It's a 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay on the road. See if the home side can have a breakout second half. This is the upcoming schedule for Fort Lauderdale United, presented by Visit Fort Lauderdale. Some tough games coming up against DC Power and Dallas Trinity. Spokane, Carolina, and Lexington as well. That Lexington game will start the second half of the season.
Yeah, but the others are all at home. I don't know about Lexington, but the other four, and that makes a really, really good run for Fort Lauderdale and a chance, as I said earlier, to put some points together and fly up that table.
And these out-of-town scores presented by Delta Airlines. I mentioned that Dallas-Lexington game ended in a 1-goal, 3-2 victory for Dallas, and Carolina and Spokane, a scoreless draw. Oh, ready to go in second half. Gimona has the lone score. Tampa Bay up on Fort Lauderdale. Played just 45 minutes. No subs for either team. Again, alongside Gary Bailey, I'm Maura Sheridan. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And the rain has not really let up all day, so the Sunshine State not living up to its name. Now we play on. The first time these two teams have met. And nothing much on that early look as Gordon gets the throw in.
I think it's an important 10-15 minutes for some of the players in Fort Lauderdale United. I'm pretty sure Tyrone Mears would have said, look, we need to test Lauren Cazal a lot more, and if certain players can't do it, then I'll bring others on and give them a try. So 10-15 minutes for some of those up front to see if they can get that breakthrough and get Fort Lauderdale United back on level terms.
Well, McNeil, when she combines with McCain, that's been promising for Fort Lauderdale. McNeil on the left side as the left back. Played up the pitch here for Tampa. Flint had a great opportunity at the end of the first half, but had her shot blocked by Heather Hins.
Just looking at the lack of effectiveness from Fort Lauderdale United in the first half, they entered the opposition box 21 times compared to Tampa Bay's 8. 21-8, and yet Tampa Bay had 3 shots on target, Fort Lauderdale 2. So when you get into the opposition box, you need to do more, and that was the story from the first half that we said, and now waiting to see what the likes of Addie McCain and Erica Gomes in particular can do when they get service.
Tampa on the throw-in. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw for Tampa Bay away from home this year. The Hens will hold. Listro and Brooks. Some confusion.
Not happy there, the free kick given against Brooks. The ball was kicked and then she sort of followed through on the striker a little bit. She's saying it's the other way around. It's a dangerous high boot, but the referees decided it's a free kick in quite a dangerous position there. The ability to whip the ball in towards goal so that if someone touches it, they can score. And if they don't touch it, the keeper has to make a save. Those, for me, are some of the most dangerous balls.
And that's what Jade Moore will do. As she stands over the ball. Tampa Bay looking to add to a lead early in this second half. Moore, back post, Hins got a piece of that one, but it's out of play. Last touch by Bassett.
Probably a good thing Hins did get a touch, because there was 2 of the big center backs at the far post just waiting for that ball to come through, and Hins probably did enough to put them off.
Now, Hins is 5'7", but she has a lot of leaping ability, which you got to have if you're not the tallest goalkeeper. Fort Lauderdale on the move, blazing forward. Smith, centrally, takes a shot, and it's saved by Cazal.
There was an option to play Shania Gordon out wide. She was waiting, she had space. And the shot comes, it's not a bad shot, but it's not really going to test the goalkeeper. Not enough power there from McNeil. I just wondered if Shania Gordon's pace would have been a better option out on the right-hand side.
Brooks wants to call, was frustrated there. And she's gonna get one. But you can see a bit of frustration from Fort Lauderdale. Trying to find the equalizer at home. Gordon.
You can see the 3 back they're playing with there right now, Fort Lauderdale. Vaca, Gaynor, and Brooks. And then they've got the wide players in Shania Gordon on the one side and Sabrina McNeil on the other.
Hit a hand into Moore's arm. As Gimona steps back. Right now she has a game winner. There's plenty of game to be played. Seems like the rain has cleared up a little bit. Vaca. Gimona bothering. Vaca turns and finds Brooks. Moore up the middle. Aggressive play there. Brooks tracking back defensively. Here's Moore from outside the box, and she hits that right into the body of Cameron Brooks.
That's good play by Tampa Bay, son. Even though they're 1-0 up, you want to keep pushing forward. You want to keep pressurizing the opposition. Jade Moore doing well there. And unfortunately for her, the shot gets blocked, but from the corner, that can cause problems again. Natasha Flint being one of those who can get on the end of a good cross.
Off the corner, Bassett, an outswinger. Really leaping for it is Moore. Stouty with her left foot, blocked. It was Gordon off the back of Gordon. Now can they counter? Gordon, lots of pace. Darts forward. Edmonds is there shading defensively. Now she gets sort of trapped. McCain. Tight passes here. Smith stumbles. McCain rising for a header and a battle with Flynn. Vicello. Gimona. It's a combination that scored for Tampa Bay. Flo Nielsen. Gomes. Player down for Tampa Bay. Gordon. Gomes. In possession with Fort Lauderdale.
Certainly you're going to start looking at substitutes in the next 10 minutes for Fort Lauderdale to try and find a way through, try and get back on level terms. Plus, when the pitch is this wet, it gets heavy on the legs and one or two players might start to tire. So looking at the bench, Nia Christopher from Bermuda is a very sharp, quick player. That might be one of the players that could come on. Jenna Curley as well.
In the circle on the restart. Vaca.
Just looking at the subs bench for Tampa Bay, they have some real good options there. Erica Timrak with all her experience, and Wasile Sole, the Ghanaian, Paige Almendares, Riley Parker. So real quality on the bench there for Tampa Bay.
And again, it was Flint off the bench in the last game. She was able to find a goal, so let's see if Tampa Bay can follow that up. Looking to make it 2 in a row. The win on the road against Fort Lauderdale. And we talked to the coaches. I mean, they both said this is a derby game. There is a rivalry already without having even played a match. They feel it.
That's great for the game. You want that sort of thing all around the world. There's massive rivalries that start to grow year by year. Fans get into it. Ownership, I believe the ownership on both sides are good friends, and good friends with some of the coaching staff. But then they get some, get some fun rivalry as well. So really hoping that this match takes off and becomes a real feature of the USL Super League every year.
McCain, wide, cross, back post, nobody there. Brooks was the option. Cazole, I don't know if she got a piece of that one or not. I'll see this again.
Good cross from McCain as she's touching that line. That's what makes it so difficult, is you're wondering if she can even reach it. She not only reaches it, she puts in a really telling cross that the keeper can't grab.
Oh, McCain is a Texas girl. She's from Dallas, went to college at Texas A&M, but with the way she's playing, she's a Florida girl now, and she's going to gain a lot of fans. How much she's scoring. She's been getting into really good spaces today. Looking for goal number 7 on the USL Super League season. And mind you, that's 6 goals in 8 games.
Listra there just following through a little bit on Addie McCain on that tackle, and referee straight away blowing the whistle. You just think that the number of chances Fort Lauderdale United are creating, one of them's got to drop. Something's got to fall for someone like Addie McCain who can finish. Been waiting all this match so far for that little moment of magic to get Fort Lauderdale back on level terms.
On the free kick, into the 18, rising is Gomes, and she misses it. Would have been tough, not a lot of separation.
The crowd have worked their way from undercover back out again. Most of them are probably staying under the cover, undercovers rather, but nice to see the fans out here supporting. Oh, you assume they're all local fans. There might be a few who've come through from Tampa Bay.
It's not too far of a drive. Supporting the 954, as they say, in Fort Lauderdale. Jolted up. Hello, Nielsen and Brooks hanging all over each other. Or excuse me, that's Vaca.
Vaca didn't get the ball initially. I think the referee's calling her back to have a word because she held on, and it's very close to a yellow card, and probably Adelaide Monroy is just going to give her a warning, but she grabbed the player and held on, and is giving him the thumbs up, but I think she should be saying thank you for not booking me.
Vaca from Sandy, Utah, played her college soccer at BYU. This is start number 9 in the back line for Fort Lauderdale.
Plays for Tonga, I believe, 3 caps.
Yes.
So another international player in the USL Super League.
Moore ricochets that one off the defense. Here comes a corner. These corners presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. On its way towards the back post, slams off a couple players. Second ball, no. Nicello outside the box, right to the keeper Hins.
I think that was Jade Moore who got a fantastic header. Heather Hins has come chasing the ball, hasn't got it. Jade Moore's come in and her header's heading towards goal, you would have thought, and then slams into one of the defenders. So another good opportunity for Tampa Bay.
Gordon the other way, Gomes serves it up. Gordon thought she was going to be able to get a shot off. Moore creates some separation. Now transition opportunity for Tampa Bay. Flint was calling for it. That's Gaynor defensively for Fort Lauderdale. Smith, Gordon, Vaca. There's another big hit in the middle of the field. We're going to see a yellow card. Well, Felicia Knox is down right now. Moore was standing over her. I think this card is going to be given to Moore, yes. It's a little conversation as well from Monroy. That's our first booking.
Let's have a look at it again. Oh, she comes in so hard with that shoulder. It's not just the shoulder, it's the intention. It's not a shoulder-to-shoulder bump. That's going to nail someone, so to speak, and I'm not surprised she ended up with a yellow card.
Half an hour to go. Giamona has the lone strike in this game. The 17th minute. Nicello. Smith. Tons of room, but she gives it away.
We've passed the 60-minute mark now, and I would think that Tyrone Mears and his coaching staff are beginning to look at subs. We can't see any on the sideline as yet, but you've got to freshen things up. You would think, try a different approach, get some players on who've got an extra bit of zip in their legs, and maybe take off 1 or 2 who are tiring under these very heavy conditions. So I would expect to see subs happening fairly soon for both sides, but certainly for Fort Lauderdale United.
More sliding, and it's Edmonds who falls this time. Gordon on her back. Hendricks. Bassett. Switching the point of attack for Tampa Bay. Listro. Nicello. Now Hendricks again. She draws in the defense. Edmonds on the left side. Flo Nielsen, corner.
Just a nicely constructed move. It's simple, it's not the most difficult move, but you move it from one side of the pitch, crisp passing, get it to Flo Nielsen wide. She's in a position where she's got a bit of space so she can go to cross the ball, and then defenders have to block her, and from that you get a corner. And that simple play works well, and it might very well produce a goal from this set piece, but well done, Tampa Bay.
Nicello, this is who you want with it. 1v1. Trying for a cross, and it hits the post. It's likely out of play.
It took a deflection on the way to hitting the post. It's a tricky play, Nicello. No wonder that Denise Schulte-Brown thinks she's the best winger in the country in the USL Super League. She's got some great ability to run at defenders and commit them one way or the other and breeze past them.
This time, back post, header down, Hins is there.
Again, they're getting something on target. That's again what separates Tampa Bay for me at the moment from Fort Lauderdale, is they're challenging goalkeeper Heather Hins. It's twice now in the last 10 minutes the ball's come in and they've got a header at the far post. One was blocked and that one's saved by the keeper.
Moore slides down. Just gotta be careful, she's on a yellow there. Vaca. Raji. McNeil. On the wing. Takes on Stouty. Cuts it back. Shot. Stopped. Knox with the opportunity. Vaca. Gordon. Nice opportunity for Gomes, trying to tuck it in the corner. Back post run two was there. It was McNeil.
That's so close from Gomes, because if it's slightly more to the right, it's on target. If it's slightly more to the left, McNeil puts it in the back of the net and she bisects the two. But here are those substitutes. As we thought they would have to freshen things up. Eventually, mind this, Tampa Bay making the subs. I'm waiting for Fort Lauderdale to make their subs as well.
Gimona, the goal scorer, comes out. Wasila Dua Sole in the game. Erica Timrak will also enter. And they're going to take out Moore, which is probably smart on that yellow.
And she's worked so hard, Jade Moore, up and down. So it might very well have been agreed beforehand. Give me, 65 good minutes and you'll be off.
Durara Soleil. This her 8th appearance with the club, and for Timrak, she's been mostly a starter. This is the first time on the bench, but there's that opportunity for Fort Lauderdale. Maybe their best look of the game, just wide with it. Gomes not done though. Gordon, a little congested for Fort Lauderdale United.
Here's this header coming in at the far post, straight at the goalkeeper, but it's risky allowing those sort of headers in the box.
Pouncing on it. More and more pressure from the home side.
Yeah, credit Fort Lauderdale United. They've worked their socks off. They've tried to make things happen. They've created so many forays into Tampa Bay's box. There just hasn't been that little moment of quality that Tyrone Mears would want, but they've still got time to make it happen.
Kozon sails that one up. Vaca. Gordon. Stretching out is Edmonds. She intercepts. Flo Nielsen, Timrak turns around, and Gomes explodes. Gives it up just for a heartbeat. It's with Gomes again, playing through. That takes a deflection out of play. Here comes a corner.
Yeah, the home fans are getting more and more excited. I think they can feel that there's a potential of something eventually breaking for Fort Lauderdale.
It's going to be Knox on the corner. Shawnee, Kansas native, sets up. Set piece for Fort Lauderdale. Can they find the equalizer at home? On the back post, punched away by Cazal. She had to reach over. Player landed on her as well, and it's still with Fort Lauderdale in the final third. Smith, service. Couldn't get separation or rise for that. Fans are calling for a foul.
There were certainly hands on the back there, but whether they were hands enough to push someone over, I'm not sure. But for me, it's a foul before that. The goalkeeper comes, punches, they get absolutely clattered there. So how is that not a foul if the keeper punches it clear? Let's have a look here. Keeper goes, punches it, gets hit by the opposition. Anyway, not given, ball gets whipped in again. Now have a look for a little push there. Is that enough to push someone over? Look, if there was VAR, they'd be having a closer look. But for referees, they've got to make a decision from what they see, and giving a penalty these days, you've got to be sure that it's a definite bad foul, and I didn't see enough there, but nonetheless risky to put your hands on the back of a player in the box.
Timrak, Gordon. Gomes slides down and still has the ball. Knox, McCain, Edmonds, McCain still there. Tries to push forward. Tampa's going to make another change, so they've made 3 changes. Fort Lauderdale's made 0. It's Riley Parker who comes in the game, played her college soccer at Alabama. Flo Nielsen, her day is done.
Interesting player, Flo Nielsen. There's days and matches I've seen her when she's been brilliant, scoring 2 braces and looked top class, and other days when just hasn't been in the match. This is one of those days. Just really hasn't impacted the game, and given what a quality player is, it's a surprise. Maybe she's still settling into the environment, getting used to the team, etc., but just wasn't her day today.
Mears was a little upset there, trying to will his team to at least a point at home. Again, looking to rise in the standings, both Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun, but also playing for pride in the Florida Derby, the first ever one. Timrak nearly being ripped there. Sole from the wing. Took a knock off of Vaca. Gordon, slow to get up now. And Acello earns a foul call. And I'm already seeing the beginning of a rivalry. It's getting a little chippy here.
I think it's going to get chippier as time goes on, as Fort Lauderdale struggle to get back in this match. These two just giving a little shove in the back. All these things sort of are there to wind each other up, to upset each other, to cause a reaction. As it stands at the moment, Tampa Bay sitting just 1 point behind Dallas Trinity, still in 4th place, but right up there's a gap of 5 points now in the live table, that is, between Tampa Bay and both Fort Lauderdale and Spokane.
Awkward there from Edmonds. Hins. Sole. Parker. Underlapping run, Timrak. Lovely ball. Just can't connect. Nacello. 1v1 again. McNeil tackles it away.
Good tackle, McNeil. You had to get that 100% right. And the rain coming down heavy. These subs that Tampa Bay have made have just brought a bit of life to them, some fresh legs, some quick movement over this soggy pitch. Just wondering when Fort Lauderdale will make their changes.
Another service, Hins, bats it and controls.
And that save by Hins just before halftime still turning out to be such an important save. It would have been 2-0 to Tampa Bay. Wouldn't say game over, but very difficult to come back from. But at 1-0, right here, they've still got time to get back on level terms, if not even to win it, Fort Lauderdale.
Gomes. McCain. Gordon reaching for it. Edmonds really stuck in that corner on the toss. Flynn. Gaynor and Brooks. Trying to sneak it in the middle with Smith. Nacello picks up speed and is tripped. Might see a card come out. Looks like we will.
Yeah, for a youngster like Taylor Smith now on a yellow card and playing in these heavy conditions, you just wonder if she might be one of those they just take off, just to obviously protect her, but also because your body tires very, very quickly in these conditions.
She's the first Fort Lauderdale player to get a yellow in this game. Well, he got about 15 minutes to go. Can Fort Lauderdale get back into this game? McCain, head on a swivel. Drives it up for Gomes. Gomes is loose. Now into the box, turns. Tight angle. Can't get a shot off. It's Hendricks back defensively.
What a great chance for Gomes. She did so much good work to get into a great position. Just thought she could have got herself in front of the defender. She's through here. Now you cut inside. And the next step here, further inside. And you've sort of forced Brooke Hendricks to bring you down or have to stop you. But in the end, good defending from Brooke Hendricks. And that just averts the danger.
McNeil on the short option off the corner. Knox, lose the defender. McNeil off her left foot. Bends that one out. Doesn't have enough texture to it. Go top shelf like she intended. Couple of changes. So these are the first changes that Fort Lauderdale has made in this game. Tatiana Fung's gonna come in. And Gianna Gorley enter. Taylor Smith, her day is done. Just got that yellow.
Let's see if these substitutions can bring some life to Fort Lauderdale United, find that breakthrough, maybe a different approach, different way of dribbling, different way of running into the box. Will test the defense of Tampa Bay Sun and maybe produce something for Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, just looking for fresh legs down the stretch. Soleil. And Gomez comes out. By the way, Timrak charging up the middle. Flint! Her left-footed strike is wide.
It's a good chance for Natasha Flint. She's got to at least get it on target from there. Good breakaway. Every time they create good opportunities here, and that really just is a miss hit completely. She knows it. But I've been impressed with Tampa Bay some when they get in good positions. They've more often than not created an opportunity to score, and it's been either good goalkeeping or, in one case, Heather Hinds just before halftime, great goalkeeping that's kept them from scoring that second goal.
McCain. Gordon. McCain. Here's a chance for Gorley. She's all alone and miss hits.
She puts her hands up. She knows straight away. Could have done better, and that really sums up Fort Lauderdale, getting in great positions, lovely build-up. Final product just not happening. They've had 3 shots on target to, trouble.
Here's another one, cross in, McCain, no! Opportunity, and diving on it is Gozol.
Wow, that was a good chance for Addie McCain. As this ball comes in here, I'm thinking that's it, it's the equalizer. Defender comes in and just blocks her, but could Addie have come towards the ball one step? Just, close that gap to get ahead of the defender. That really was a good chance.
Well, Tampa Bay's got to be careful. Some of these passes in their own end.
I was just saying the stats that Tampa Bay have had 6 shots on target, Fort Lauderdale just 3, and the expected goals 0.6 for the home side and nearly double, 1.05 for Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay doing much better than Fort Lauderdale on most of the important stats. Well, the most important, they are doing better. They're 1-0 up. But is there time for Fort Lauderdale just to find that magic that's been missing so far?
Hands right to Timrak. And Erica Timrak just way off with that shot. Well, the stats in this one, Tampa Bay has 2 more shots on target, and as you said, the XG higher for Tampa Bay. So everything's coming out the way it should at the moment, but I think Fort Lauderdale's had a good stretch. And Tampa Bay will be very upset with themselves if they walk away with just a point in this game, having controlled for most of this match, scoring in the 17th minute.
Yeah, and they've had good chances. If you want to look at it, sometimes you look at good chances. They've been almost all for Tampa Bay.
McNeil. Fung. Brooks. Plays it long. McCain rising for a header. Instead, it's knocked down by Edmonds. Stretching out is McCain. Top of the box shot. And it's blocked by the defense. Gorley with the opportunity for Fort Lauderdale.
Gorley's come on and added a little bit of spark here. That's what I was saying a while back, and why it surprised me the subs only came on after the 70th minute, is sometimes a different player, just maybe it's their day, maybe they like the conditions, maybe they're just more energized, whatever it is, they come on and they test the defense differently and they come up with a positive result. Gorley's been really sharp and had a couple of chances already.
On its way to the back post, and it's snagged. Cazol.
Well taken, Cazol, under all sorts of pressure. Kills the game, you slow it down. That's good goalkeeping.
Oh, Cazol's been solid when called upon today for Tampa Bay. Timrak weaving through. Jolted back for Fort Lauderdale. Gorley. Edmonds. Timrak. Nearly had a breakaway. Well, Fort Lauderdale benefits off that foul.
Yeah, Flint not happy. She thought the foul would go her way, and then almost a bit of a delay in play there, and the referee just having a word saying, don't hold the play, don't try and get rid of the ball. Here, Flint thinks she's the one pulled down. I don't see what's wrong with that part of it. She just kicked the ball. Anyway, either way, play goes on. The clock is ticking though for Fort Lauderdale. They're going to start getting more balls into the box, maybe taking a few more risks, getting extra bodies up.
Searching for some late game heroics. Fort Lauderdale United against Tampa Bay Sun FC in the Florida Derby. We're here in Fort Lauderdale, and Tampa Bay is looking to pull off a win. First time these two clubs have ever met in USL Super League.
Good pressure coming from Tampa Bay. They've still got enough numbers forward to make it difficult for Fort Lauderdale to play through. They haven't dropped into a low block and invited Fort Lauderdale onto them. They're making it, they're slowing things down from here, the halfway line onwards. There you go. That sort of pressure forces a bad pass, and all of a sudden now you can work the clock down, take your time.
Hazol being pestered by Gorley. Parker. Cazol. Just a couple minutes left for Fort Lauderdale. Hendricks. Parker. Edmonds. And it's touched away by Gordon.
She's worked really hard, Shania Gordon. She's been up and down that touchline and obviously feeling the effects, as we said, and for both teams, the heavy pitch and the rain makes it really extra hard work, extra stress on the body. I think she's just taking her time just to recover here.
Both teams gonna hydrate.
Interesting, Shania Gordon, she's got the 4th most shots in the league at 18. Even though as a team their shots are low, she is right behind. The 20 is the leader, and she's got 18 shots. So always been an effective player, Shania Gordon.
Changes for Fort Lauderdale late into this one. Gordon, her day is done. Cheyenne Allen comes in. Nia Christopher also comes in. And Sabrina McNeil exits. Those are your 2 subs.
Doesn't surprise me that the 2 wingbacks come off, because they have been up and down all day long, and they've put in a real shift, both Shania Gordon and Sabrina McNeil.
With roughly 5 minutes to go. Flint. Off with that one. Allen tracks it down in the corner. Brooks. Slides it up the channel. Allen plays it up, and Cazol dives on it. Was looking for Gorley.
Crowd patiently waiting for something to happen here. All the home fans and young girls. And by the way, got to mention that the USL Super League has really added another avenue for all these college players who want to become professionals, and young kids really have taken on bringing up young talent, and huge credit to the USL Super League.
Raji Out, Anna Henderson in. Oh, whole group of fans there.
Yeah, there you go, just talking of the youngsters.
It's not a souvenir though, but they were able to bat it down, so maybe we have some goalkeepers there in the future.
Those are the youngsters who are inspired by this league. It's looking at, I mean, there's over 40,000 women's soccer college soccer players rather, and only up until this league started about 350 professional places. So USL Super League giving another avenue, and as mentioned, not just to the college players, but to the young players as well.
And we're seeing players that have played at the U.S. women's national team level come over to USL Super League. I mean, you look at Erica Timrack, has had experience at the highest level you can reach here in the U.S. She joins Tampa Bay, came in off the bench tonight, trying to close out this game on the road. Edmonds. McCain. Christopher. Off the spin. Vaca. Christopher gets a good touch off her left foot. It's blocked, and it's Hendricks who's down after that. I have a bruise. She got hit with the ball pretty hard. Edmonds in no rush to throw this for Tampa Bay. This would be a good stretch for Tampa Bay Sun because, again, coming off that Lexington win last week, if they can pull off a road victory over Fort Lauderdale, puts them on a nice little streak. Heading into the next game against Carolina, and that's a home game for Tampa Bay. Allen has something to say about that. Looking for a cross, she dribbles right into the post and the keeper. Cazol.
That's the benefit of being on subs, that sharpness they bring. Allen very, very quick into the box. And again, another good save from the goalkeeper. They're just blocking that at the near post, Lauren Cazol. Certainly the defense have been immense for Tampa Bay here today.
3 minutes of stoppage time. The Florida Derby.
This is it now. They've got to start getting the ball forward very quickly. There's no point playing around the halfway line when you've got, you know, just over 2 minutes left.
Gaynor does draw that defense in. Gorley. Missed by the defense, kept in here. Left just outside the 18 for Knox. Fung. Trending in the box, left-footed cross, header! Saved! Cazol, what a stop!
That's brilliant goalkeeping, absolutely stunning save. That was going towards the top corner. The header is superb, but the goalkeeping absolutely magnificent.
It's Gorley with the opportunity, and what a denial. Bent back towards the keeper. Allen off the turn. And another block. Brooks shoots, Gazul blocks, second chance, it's in! Fort Lauderdale scores! An equalizer in stoppage time.
Fantastic, they deserve it. They have tried and tried and tried, nothing's worked. They haven't been able to really get many efforts on Lauren Gazal, and when they have, the goalkeeper has come up with some fantastic saves. And unfortunately for Lauren Gazal, this might go down as an error. Let's have a look at it again. It's a shot from Brooks, it's a straightforward shot, and she knocks it down and doesn't knock it close to her body. She knows it, everyone around her knows it, and she's just made a world-class save. And that one there doesn't get dealt with. And in the dying moments, they get the break they've been waiting for. Well done, Fort Lauderdale United.
Anna Henderson crashes in at the perfect time. Not done yet. Tampa Bay on that corner as it bounces all around. Tole from outside the box, just over the crossbar. There's a final whistle. Well, we asked who was going to be the hero late in this game. It's Anna Henderson. The sub comes in to finish the job for Fort Lauderdale, and they walk away with a point against Tampa Bay Sun,
who are absolutely distraught. They put in such a shift. They could have had a second and third. They didn't take their chances. And then the goalkeeper makes a great save for them 2 minutes from time, and then an error a minute later, and that is so tough for Tampa Bay Sun. But I guess honors even is probably a fair result, so well done to both sides.
A 1-1 draw between Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun FC in the first ever Florida Derby here in USL Super League. We'll break it down, this exciting game on the other side. Stick with us.
So with Omega XL Sport, I've been able to push my limits each and every day. That's everything to me.
Omega XL Sport, the natural, extra-strength, NSF-certified sports supplement that has been shown in clinical research to accelerate post-workout muscle recovery, support respiratory function, and increase range of motion by up to 300%. Scan the code now and improve your fitness journey.
Omega XL Sport, perform, excel, and recover.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Welcome back. We're in Fort Lauderdale. It's time to wrap up this first ever Florida Derby game between Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun. We are joined by Anna Henderson, who came in off the bench and finished the job in stoppage time, helped her team get a point. Anna, gotta ask you on that goal, what'd you see amidst the chaos?
Honestly, I don't have too much words right now, but I just saw her Cam lining it up to cross it, shoot it, and I know it's wet, and the keeper had been parrying a few balls, so I followed it, and it landed right at my feet, so yeah, it was fun.
Oh, brilliant. Well done. It was a vital, vital goal. But just tell us a bit about the emotion. It's a derby game. What was it like in the locker room beforehand?
Yeah, the locker room is always fun. A little bit more so just getting ready for this. And we played Tampa in preseason. That was our first time in the regular season playing them. But yeah, we wanted to win. Of course, we wanted to come out with a win to just to, you know, be the best team in Tampa, but we'll take that and, yeah, move on to the next.
Thanks, Anna. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at the highlights presented by Blue Water Books and Charts. And this in the 17th minute. Tampa Bay gets going, and it really just starts from great ball from Nacello.
Yeah, Nacello cuts it back, beats her opposition, cuts it back perfectly for Jimona, puts it in the back of the net. The initial pass coming from Kristen Edmonds. What a good pass it was, right into the heart of the box. And then we got to go right to the end. It was an incredible save from Lauren Cazal coming up here, the header. And that is absolutely stunning. And you're thinking she's just won them the match with that save. And literally a minute later, Cameron Brooks takes an effort. It's speculative at best. And as young Anna Henderson said, she just followed up because it was wet and because she wasn't sure if the keeper would hold on to it. And she spills it out towards Henderson, who just toe pokes it over the line for the equalizer.
Well, both teams walking away with a point as we take a look at the stats, the final stats presented by Beyond Banker.
Now, the final stats will show that there's been shots for both sides, but expected goals is better for Tampa Bay. Here we have a look. There's more shots for Fort Lauderdale, but they weren't really shots that could cause problems. Corners were even, but the quality of the chances absolutely for Tampa Bay right up until the end. An incredible save that should have equalized it, and when that didn't happen, unfortunately for Lauren Cazal, an error, and Anna Henderson pops up and gets that equalizer. So in the end, probably a fair result, but I think Tampa Bay will walk away from this saying, we had this in the bag, we could have scored a second and third, we gave it away at the end. They'll be frustrated. Fort Lauderdale, there are smiles on their face. I think they're happy to have grabbed something at the death.
Well, a fantastic game. Fort Lauderdale, the very end. Henderson, the hero in this one at home. And credit to Fort Lauderdale for fighting their way back into this one. Take a look at the save of the game presented by Omega XL Sports.
Oh, Heather Hinds makes a save here from this shot from Flint from 6 yards out. Powered at her, tips us over. She's the second hero of the game, because if that goes in, it's pretty much game over, possibly. But she keeps them within a 1-goal gap, does Heather Hinds with that fantastic save just before halftime.
Well, that's going to conclude the first ever Florida Derby. Ends in a 1-1 draw. And now we take a look at the standings here in the USL Super League. These standings presented by Delta Airlines. And so now 4 and 5 Tampa Bay and Fort Lauderdale right next to each other.
Yes, for Tampa Bay, they were a point behind Dallas Trinity until that last moment, but they'll be reasonably happy with that. They've got games coming up. Fort Lauderdale, by the way, have 4 more home games coming up. So a good draw today and a tough derby match. And if they keep this home form going, where they pick up points, then who knows, they could climb that table very quickly.
Well, it's a Sunshine State showdown in the rain. It ends in a 1-1 draw between Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun FC. A hard-fought game for both sides. That's going to conclude the first ever Florida Derby in USL Super League. Well, for our entire crew, from Gary Bailey, I'm Maura Sheridan saying so long. Have a fantastic night, everyone.